schedule. It's the North Dakota State Bison and the Air Force Falcons. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Thanks, Reese. Here on the Air Force sideline, he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. So North Dakota State lined up and ready to kick it away to get this thing started. And he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Falcons offense will take the field first. And David, they've got a guy outside that has a lot of potential, but he has to prove that he can be a go-to guy.
No, 100%. That they are going to have to depend on him to make plays, to consistently catch the football, to make those one-on-one matchups, make the defense really pay when they choose to do that. I think he's the guy that can do that in spurts, Jesse.
Yeah, he doesn't terrify this defense. We know that, having talked to the defensive staff going into this game, but they have seen him flash before on film. They know he has the ability to make the wow play. For them to win this game, though, you get the sense he's going to have to make a few of those for this offense.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Leaves it with the back. Got room to work. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. The Falcons will punt this one away. That is a cannon shot, and it's headed out of bounds. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And now it'll be the Bison offense with his first possession of the game. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Quarterback will keep it. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now on the option. Pulls it on the option. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. They'll call it a 9-yard loss. Got some work to do here on 2nd and 8 from the 20. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Smith dropping to pass. Under fire. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a 3rd and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on 3rd down.
On third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And here comes the punt team. Not a lot of room to field this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. All right, guys, let's chat about Air Force. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. And the Falcons getting set on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Got a little grass. He'll work his way down to the 28.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Here comes the option. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the option, quarterback keep. Boom. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Air Force!
And we got something different, guys, here in the second quarter. We got points, right? No points in the first quarter. Both defenses had their footing. Now, offense finally strikes. Gets something going, gets down here on the fringe, too, inside the 30, capitalizes on it, gets a touchdown, and we got our first score of the football game.
He'll bring it out. It's Ashley. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Gain of 2 on the play sets up 3rd and 8. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Smith wants to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
The Falcons now set to take over on offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is...
Oh, a lot of space. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. The option look. Keeps it himself. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish, and they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Keeps it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Throws for the tight end. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. In with the pick six. Touchdown, Falcon. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Smith dropping to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They're dealing with a second and long. Sends it back in motion. They'll run the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Still on his feet at the 45. Knocked down, but not before. He gets the first down after recovering the fumble. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. The keeper. Run. Maybe some room here. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. New set of downs after the completion. Leaves it with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pulls it on the option. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Smith wants to throw. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Guess not all doinks are bad. Off the right, upright, and through. That'll close the gap to 14.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And the Air Force offense ready to take over. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about
looking to take a shot. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. North Dakota State sends the offense out ready to get things rolling on this drive. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, your best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Might be changing the route. Smith dropping to pass. Swings it out to the flat. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, and time is running short. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Makes a catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. What a throw. Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. And he got just enough of that one. Now the lead is down to 11. At time, as both teams head into the locker room, we're looking forward to a terrific second half. But before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 3 team, the Missouri Tigers.
The Falcons will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
I caught up with the North Dakota State head coach at the half. The message of his speech was, I've got to get the running back more involved. They trust him. He's been terrific, but they haven't gotten him enough carries. He said, I've got one guy in the booth upstairs who is tracking how many times our running back touches the ball. That is the most essential part of getting back in this game. Get the rock to the guy who can make the biggest difference.
Thanks, Holly. And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. Smith wants to throw. Rushes on him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off.
What a heads-up play by the defensive end that time. He saw the ball thrown out to the right-hand side, and he just stopped his pass rush and rallied to the football and made the stop and gets 2 points.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
You just know that.
Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. At the 30. Past the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Not much cooking on that drive, and now they'll hope to flip the field with this punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's going to get loose. Touchdown, Air Force. And the pummeling has started.
Hey, kick it to him at your own will, man, because that dude has a jetpack. He can absolutely fly. You see why they got him back deep, man. Catch it, let people kind of get an angle on him, and he just goes soof and takes off, erases angles. His speed back there as a punt returner, man, is it dangerous.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Makes a grab and room to run. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Smith dropping to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
He'll keep it on second down. It's a fumble. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. 28-29 motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Red pass hits complete. Could not make his way to the corner.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Smith wants to throw. Looking left. Complete downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. This is a big moment for this offense. You keep the ball this long, you have to finish the deal. 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here. He'll do it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, North Dakota State.
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
Coming out with it, it's Lindsey. He's got great speed. Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. They'll start this drive from the 42. Gets the back moving. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Brown. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems...
Might have a chance. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Quarterback keeper. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the back. They'll run the option. Pulls it and runs it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. And the Falcons send out the punt unit. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. So the last couple of possessions trying to put together a rally, but is it too little too late? Smith dropping to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Going to have to come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And you got to expect it.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it and more than enough for a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on.
He's going to let it go. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Pocket breaking down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. It'll be 3rd and long. Smith wants to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. He'll do it himself on the draw. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got him in the flat. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. The Falcons will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. They call it a coffin quarter kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. And the defense got the stop. They could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Oh, they're after him. Fakes to grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up a single.
Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Making side adjustments here. Smith dropping to pass. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They'll mark him down at the 17, and that'll be enough to move the chains.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught by Williams on the left. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Wants to throw it again. He unleashes a long one. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Smith wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. They just keep firing. He's got it. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
A fourth-quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Smith dropping to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, North Dakota State. Fired in from the red zone for the score. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So they played keep away and held it for 16 plays on the scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. So the defense can't stop the clock 3 times here, so they can't just kneel on it. Need to pick up a first down and protect this lead. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Give to the fullback. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets a block. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. North Dakota State sends the offense out, ready to get things rolling on this drive. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Smith wants to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first. Unleashes one deep. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team